What's good, sports fans? My name is Damian Adams from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Please take the time to subscribe to The Real Deal with Damian Adams on whatever podcast platform you listen to. I would definitely appreciate it. And I guarantee if you're a sports fan, you will enjoy it. If you don't enjoy it, you do get your money back. It's free. But I wanted to come and do a quick reaction video to the Saints and Bears game from yesterday. The Saints won 26-23 in overtime. And it's a game that we played well in parts, and there's also parts where we didn't play well. And I don't think we've truly put together a full game yet, where all of our phases looked good together, right? You think about, even go to back to the beginning of the year, where our defense played well against the Bucks and our offense didn't really show up that game. And then you have other games where our offense played well and our secondary was out there giving up massive yards. In this game, you saw that in chunks in both places where our offense got stifled. Now they're going against a very good defense in Chicago, so you expect that to happen. You don't expect them to have one of those 40-point games. Our defense, though, you're going against one of the worst offenses in the league in the Bears. If there's one game that's supposed to be a game to get your confidence up, a game to where your secondary looks good, you get a few plays where you get some deflections, you get some interceptions, this is the game. Now, we did get some turnovers. Or Lattimore got an interception, so maybe one turnover, I remember correctly, but it was supposed to be more. That's what it was. We were supposed to get more turnovers, but they cheated us out that fumble. So we did get that interception from Lattimore, and outside of that, our secondary still has a lot of growing to do, right? Because you see some of the plays where they score or where they got big chunks, it just wasn't their wide receiver beating our guy. It was our guys being out of position, right? A lot of times you're wondering, where is the safety? And I understand in certain defenses, the safety's going to move up. They might have to take a crossing route away. But their main job is to make sure nobody gets over the top. When you have safeties over the top, that gives the cornerbacks the leeway to be more aggressive and to make plays and to truly create turnovers, right? But if they're constantly worried about getting beat over the top, that's when you're going to get hit constantly with the curl routes, the slant routes, the crossing routes. You're going to get hit with those constantly because as a defender, you're like, oh, I can't get beat over the top. My safety's not helping me. So I got to make sure I keep everything in front of me. So now I can't take any chances. So I hate that about our defense. Make it to where the cornerbacks can take more chances because the safeties have their backs over the top. Our defensive line did a good job. They were definitely getting in there on the offensive line. We got 5 sacks, so you got to enjoy that. Offensively, we were good. We're still lacking that downfield threat. We did try to take some chances, but I understand that the wind was a factor. So you add that in along with Drew Brees not having the biggest arm these days, it's gonna be hard to go downfield. But we still had some good throws. The one to Jared Cook towards the end of the half was a good downfield throw. I understand we're not gonna get those 50, 60-yard bombs that you see from other teams, and that's fine. If we can throw in some 20, 25, 30-yard throws, that's perfect. That is enough to make the defense wary of it, to where they're not just sitting on every curl route, every slant route, every in route, right? So I thought overall we played well, and the Bears definitely did some dumb things. We all saw the Javon Mims fight with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now, understand that C.J. is an irritant, right? He's gotten in fights with our wide receivers at practice, right? Michael Thomas and him got in a fight recently. But that was just dumb. That might have been the dumbest thing I've seen on the football field in a while. I don't think you can say, oh, he had his teammates back, right? Because the escalation of that, all we saw was CJ poke one of his teammates in the face, right? Poke him in the face like, what you gonna do? And that's disrespectful, definitely, right? If somebody does that to you, you want to get him back. Or you see one of your friends get done like that, you're like, okay, I got his back. I get that. But to go and just, after the play, open field, everybody just sees you, go over there and try to smack. First of all, the first hit looked like a punch to the helmet, closed fist, which is extremely stupid, right? You over here trying to get his back, about to break your hand, and then you go again with an open hand. It's just dumb. That was just extremely stupid, and that's not the way to have your teammates back, right? And for CJ, he looked confused by the first one. Then the second one, you could tell he was just holding back so he can get the penalty. He's one of those guys that will get under your skin and then let that happen. So you can't let that happen. If you're a Bears fan, I would be very, very upset about what I saw there. But from the Saints' perspective, I just have a question for you. Do you think we should be excited about the way we look going into the big game next week against the Bucs? That's a huge game, right? The Bucs should win tonight, right? They're playing the Giants. If they don't win tonight, it'll be a miracle. But so for the game next week, I think they'll be 6-2. We'll be 5-2, fighting for first place. It's a huge game. Do you feel that we are ready for this Bucs team that we're going to see now compared to the one we saw in week 1? They're definitely a lot better now. They've gelled. They've gotten their chemistry together. Are we ready for that game, or do we still have work to do? So please let me know in the comment section below. Please go ahead and subscribe to The Real Deal with Damian Adams podcast. That's where I do my major work, and I really think you will enjoy it. It's great content, man. You know, sometimes people say you shouldn't brag on what you do, but sometimes you gotta let people know, man, I think I have a great product, and maybe you can let me know if I'm right or wrong about that. Just go ahead and subscribe, and please let me know. And until next time, go real or go home.